We have never heard Todd Bowles like this after a loss. Take a listen.
It's inexcusable. You don't make excuses. You gotta care enough where the hurts. You gotta care enough where the hurts. It gotta mean something to you. It's more than a job. It's your livelihood. How well do you know your job? How well can you do your job? Well, you can't sugarcoat that. It was inexcusable, and there's no answer for it. There's no excuse for it. That's what you tell them a lot when they look in the mirror.
So
Shout out to Todd Bowles.
Hell yeah.
Like,
Coach of the year for mine.
intentionally going for the viral moment, because I don't think you get that many F-bombs in a couple, 7 F-bombs. It's like I'm all with the F-bombs, right? But it's like, man, when you got to use that many, it's kind of like, man, where your conversation skills at? He was pissed. he mad.
I love it. I absolutely love it.
Stuntman Chuck, of course, always good to see. Todd Bowles with the most polite and calm tirade of F-bombs I've ever heard.
Yeah, he
because the tone never changes.
Yeah, he chill with it.
The most monotone tirade, the most furious monotone tirade.
You can't even hear what he's saying except F-bomb. That's all you hear.
Here's the thing. If the Bucs, if they lose in Carolina next week, Todd Bowles, I don't know what you do. I don't know what you do at that point, because this is a much better team. This is a better team than Carolina, and they should win that game. And it's going to be season on the line for them.
What's the line of that game?
I don't know what it's got. I don't know what it is at the moment. I think that, the Bucs in the state that they're in, like, they are a below average team right now with that defense, and the Panthers are worse. The Bucs will be favored in that game, I think, but it'll be close. I think it'll be -1.5, -2 type of line.
It's incredible, and I think that's fair. Ved in the chat, wonder how many F-bombs Todd Bowles would say if he heard the Finding Nemo sequel story. Oh, boy.
That's good.
Have you heard this whole Matthews Finding Nemo 2 pitch?
I don't know about that.
Here we go. Bucs are minus.
We won't tell you.
Bucs are -1.5. Bucs are
-1.5
next week.
You're right on.
You're right on it.
Yeah, and look, out of Carolina, you're not going to get them to have 19 penalties for 125 yards either. So you got the Falcons had that, and you still lose the game. Should have had 8 F-bombs knowing that info.
The entire chat at once demanding that I don't retell the Finding Nemo pitch.
It was just long. It wasn't that bad of a story. It was just the duration was the killer.
Like, he kind of forgot the story, but then would remember it over, like, go back. Actually, Finding Nemo's brother runs away, and then they go to find his brother. I can't believe it didn't get picked up. That blows my mind.
Bad chat.
Welcome back, Mike Evans, in this game. Pissed off Mike Evans on the sideline, and after the game, rightly so. He's, came back for this. 12 targets, though, is what he came back for in fantasy. He hauls in 6 of them. Explosive plays galore. He had 132 yards. And I think, guys, what was alarming in this, too, Jay, is also the snap rate and the usage amongst these guys. While the numbers tell a different story, unfortunately, Godwin gets the touchdown in this one. Kind of feels like it's going to be the Mike Evans and Chris Godwin show now.
It does. It was weird, because also the other thing too is this is the first game back for Mike Evans and Jalen McMillan, who got run too, and so you would suspect that is only going to go up, not down. It was surprising that Godwin was the guy who was out there every snap, even though he didn't really do anything until the fourth quarter, where he has the octopus at the end, has the clutch catch that should have won the game for the Bucs to move the chains just before the 2-minute. But thing is that Evans' target share was insane. So you're going to be starting Mike Evans going forward, clearly. So the question, I think, becomes, what do we do with Emeka Egbuka, who I thought he actually looked better last night than he had previously. He was making nice contested catches. He was getting open. Baker just missed him multiple times. Baker should have hit him to win the game on that second down. I don't really know why they were throwing on 2nd and 14 there, but they threw, and Baker had Egbuka, and if Egbuka makes that catch, then he ends up, in the 80s for receiving yards.
Game over.
Yeah.
Sure.
Baker had him twice in the end zone and missed him once and didn't go his way another time. So, but the snaps going down is the concern. And now Egbuka, who's been getting this crazy amount of targets because he's been out there every play, it felt like. If he's only going to be like a 60-65% snap guy, then all of a sudden I don't really think you want to start him.
Well, Lawrence, here's the route participation for them last night. Godwin, 95% of the routes. Mike Evans, who we saw, a little banged up, 70%. Egbuka, 63%, and then McMillan, 50%.
Yeah, and with that info, Connor, I'll answer Sammy MXAL's question. What do we do with these Bucs wide receivers? Well, you start Mike Evans, clearly 12 targets, 6 catches, 132 yards. Chris Godwin, who you just mentioned, had the highest route participation. You're starting him. That's his 3rd straight game with 10 fantasy points. And Emeka Egbuka, to be honest, you got to start him too. He's a flex guy. Despite his low snap shares, 22% target share last night. So Baker was throwing to all of the receivers. It's just you got to understand the pecking order of how it goes. What it seemed to me like, Jay, is that they got these veterans back, and it was like, hey, we got to get control in the NFC South. We got to go with the guys who we've been rolling with for years, and that showed in the route participation. Baker trusts Emeka Egbuka. He trusts Jalen McMillan, who also got some run. He trusts the younger guys, but he trusts the veterans more, and that's what it looks like. You just had to know what's the order when looking at these Bucs receivers.
Yeah, I think I'd still start Egbuka over Godwin. I just don't, like, Godwin had 20 receiving yards last night. He just doesn't look like the same guy. No. Egbuka, I think even with Egbuka's struggles lately, Emeka Egbuka is a better receiver, I think, at this point of his career than Chris Godwin. I think that will bear out over these last 3 games where they go up against 3 pretty unimposing secondaries, Carolina twice and the Dolphins in the game in between. So you're not super excited about Egbuka. I agree with Lawrence, more of a flex guy now, but I'd still have him over Godwin.
Both of him and Godwin is more the flex play. Mike Evans, after seeing that game, is the guy you don't have to worry about.
Yeah. What did you guys think of coming off the weekend or recent where Isaiah Likely's touchdown was not ruled a catch, the ruled a catch and fumble in this game?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't get the rules.
Because on the slow-mo replay, I'm like, it's kind of a catch and fumble. But then when you really watch it in full time, it's hard to distinguish the difference in each of them. Not to get in like the nitty-gritty, but it's very cloudy.
It's a week-by-week, game-by-game thing.
Yeah, there's a lot of, because I was watching the end of the game with the sound off, and there was a couple fumbles where it's like, well, I just assumed that Tampa recovered. It's just insane. How do you know? There was one particularly with the penultimate score for Atlanta where it's like there's $6 in the vicinity. There's one Falcon and he's on the ground. I'm just assuming that Tampa have come up with the ball. No, and now their season is on life support.
Yeah, that was shocking to me for sure. All right, well, one more thing from this game, because Sean Tucker, just when you kind of get ready to write him off with Bucky Irving back, he's there to kind of snipe the goal line touches. I think the question is, can this keep happening as we show the Bucs backfield? Listen, Bucky Irving's obviously the guy. He gets 17 touches where Tucker and Rachaad White combined for 6. That's not the question, but that little problem is there, Lawrence. Bucky's night looks a lot different with that touchdown that he's not getting down there.
And I think you just have to hope that, I don't think the Buccaneers in their offense mind whichever one of these running backs are in the game when they get near the goal line. So to them, it's just like, hey, Bucky just got us down here. Let's give him a breather. Get in, get Sean Tucker in here, who had 4 carries, 7 yards, and a touchdown. So, it's just a tough situation. We'll still keep riding with Bucky Irving. Like you said, Connor, those 17 touches tell the story. Also, week 14, when he came back, that told the story as well when he actually did get the touchdown.
This looks like Vinny was asking, is Bucky a bench moving forward? No red zone work. I agree with you, Lawrence. And, Jay, I mean, there's just no way you would sit him because of...
I don't think so. He's getting 18 carries in what theoretically should still be a very good offense. The problem is, the problem with this offense, frankly, is that Baker Mayfield has not really played well since week 6 against the Niners.
I'm not convinced he's healthy at all.
No. And it's strange because he's ripping the ball and he's still not afraid to move around and he's getting hit. I guess that's just Baker.
It's just adrenaline.
Yeah, but he's just missing throws at
the moment. Guys just going through droughts. You've seen it, we see it with Lamar.
Well, that's the thing.
We've seen it with Hurts, Baker Mayfield. I think Baker Mayfield had a 3 or 4 game stretch just a couple weeks ago when he didn't throw for 200 yards. But like you said, Jay, he still got it, because he Baker and he the man. But just a tough stretch. But they better get rolling now.
Hey, it's Matthew Berry from NBCSports.com and Rotorworld.com, and I want to thank you so much for watching whatever it is you just watched, or if nothing else, being too lazy to click out of the autoplay after this video started, after whatever it is you actually wanted to watch finished. But now that you're here, I'd like to take a moment here to ask you respectfully now, okay? I'm asking you respectfully to subscribe to the NFL on NBC YouTube channel. You'll get the latest Roto-World fantasy news headlines, all sorts of great shows, including my own Fantasy Football Happy Hour. So go subscribe now. Again, I'm asking respectfully.